Hey there, welcome to Consult the Blind Guy. My name is Andrew, and today's wonderful holiday live stream we are doing an Ask Me Anything. You can ask anything except for my bank account number, social security number, all that good kind of stuff. Otherwise, you can ask me anything underneath the sun. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can stay updated on the latest videos, live streams, and more. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. Happy Turkey Day. Let's get this show started.
Disappointed by reality, trying to come back, start something new, build up yourself, it's all to you. Stay strong no matter what they say, you keep getting better every day. Hold your head up, never gonna stop, fierce and proud, stand up and shout. Stand my ground.
As I said, welcome to Consult the Blind Guy. My name is Andrew, and today we're doing an Ask Me Anything. I don't care what it is, you can ask it except for my social security number, bank account information, stuff like that. I'm an open book, so fire away in the live chat if you're here with me live today, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you might have. First, happy Turkey Day, or to some, happy Thanksgiving. I myself was originally going to do an educational live stream, but I'm just gonna not do it because I would rather keep this a lighthearted, good day rather than pissing people off. So, I'm gonna be a nice guy. First, let's see who we have here. Kim, thank you for joining. Divided by Sight, thank you for joining. Danny McKenna, thank you for being here. How's it going over there across the pond? See, you already ruined one of the announcements, Lauren. For those of you who might not already know, one of my announcements for today is you can now find me in a new location. Besides on all social media, you can now find me on consulttheblindguy.com. I've been spending the last week tirelessly working on my new website, which will be updated on a regular basis. I've currently got 15 pages done. Now, not all of the elements, as in buttons, work just yet, but they are getting there. There's been some tech issues that I've had to deal with tech support freaking every day this week in getting everything set up and working properly, but we are definitely making progress on it. That is for sure. There is a page for blind, visually impaired resources. There is a content creator resource page, which is still under development. There is a booking page to be able to book or schedule an appointment with me for services. There is a merch store. There is a blog. There will be a live streaming platform on there as well. There is a lot in the works when it comes to the website, but it is coming along good. Well, you can ask for a credit card, but I don't have one of those. I haven't had one of them in years. Alright, we're caught up on the chat. Yes, I am a workaholic. I have been busting butt nonstop. In fact, after this live stream, I will be going back to work to finish the few things I started working on today to be able to get up onto the website. question. Of everything that you have ever done, what do you feel is the biggest achievement of your life? Oh, that is a good question, Kim. I would think that my biggest accomplishment is constantly persevering through all the trials and tribulations. But other than that, the greatest accomplishment I do believe would be spending 8 years in the Marine Corps as a volunteer. For the longest time and still today, I have a lot of people in my family and old friends and general public who still continue to tell me the same thing that I used to hear as a child of you can't do this or you can't do that or you won't be able to do this because of being legally blind or visually impaired, disabled, whichever term you want to use. And I have set out in my life to prove every person in my life wrong. I managed to get my driver's license. I managed to spend 2.5 years in the fire department, and I spent 8 years volunteering for the Marine Corps at no cost to the American taxpayer. That to me was my biggest accomplishment because in order to work for the military or in order to enlist in the military, you must be fit, healthy, have no health issues, no disabilities, anything like that. And because I am a stubborn asshole and would not take no for an answer and went in every day, I was allowed to sign on a contract for the Civilian Marine Program, which was a program that is put together between the Marine Corps and Manpower. And that was how I managed to be able to volunteer for 8 years. Had I volunteered for 10, I actually would have been able to receive a pension and everything else, but I didn't. Unfortunately, my contract was set in a way that I would have to retire when my staff non-commissioned officer in charge retired. And at the time when I first started volunteering, he was a gunnery sergeant, and when he retired, he was a master sergeant. Now, from what I've seen on his Facebook profile, he is now actually a master gunnery sergeant in his retirement. And I think that was probably the biggest achievement that I can say I've had, because there's been plenty in my life, but that one I think was the most impactful because of spending so many years in the office and having the opportunities to train in combat situations as well as saving lives and getting to experience a lot of things that people outside of the Marine Corps do not get to do. But that is definitely one thing I like to make very clear for our community, whether you're blind, visually impaired, disabled, I don't care. Do not allow anyone to tell you you cannot do something because you are blind, visually impaired, or disabled in any way. Period. You have to have the strength in yourself to keep pushing forward and not allowing their remarks, comments, or degrading you hold you back from going after the things you want to do. And that's how I managed to make it into the Marine Corps, and that's how I've managed to continue on throughout my life, is to prove everyone wrong. Just because you're disabled or visually impaired does not mean you are incapable. We have a different perspective and way of perceiving things than the average well sighted or able bodied person, and we have just as much, if not more, to offer to society as everybody else. Next question. What was your favorite childhood toy? Um, Favorite childhood toy. That's a good question because I had a lot of different toys when I was a kid, and it's hard to really say one specific one was my favorite. Like what age range when I was a kid, because that would actually assist in telling you which one would be my favorite, because different age groups, I had different favorite toys. For instance, one of my favorite toys when I was like really little was Matchbox cars. I had thousands and thousands of Matchbox and Hot Wheel cars. Um, as I started getting older, I also had a mass slew of every Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toy, and I mean all of them, literally. I wish that they still had some of the toys today that I had back in the 80s and early 90s for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because I would probably go out and get them again now that I'm adult, just because I love the Ninja Turtles. And then as I got to a little bit older, it mm, wasn't technically a toy, but it was the thing that I did the most that has always entertained me, and I still do occasionally now. Not so much this year, thanks to trying to start my business and everything, but I am a PlayStation fanatic. I've had the PlayStation 1, I've had the PlayStation 2, and I have a PlayStation 3. No, I have not upgraded to the 4 or even the newest version of the PlayStation 5. But those are definitely among my top favorite toys. I say do it for yourself, not to prove others wrong. Yeah, well, I agree with that, but that was actually what started me down the road of doing a lot of things, Danny, was I set out to prove everyone wrong, because a lot of my relatives were the ones that tried telling me that I would never drive a car, that I would never be in the fire department, that I could never be an EMT or a paramedic or in the military. There was a lot of my relatives who said I would never accomplish anything. I would just be a bum sitting at home doing nothing. And I had to prove them wrong. Um, Sorry, I'm zoomed in, so the new comments ticker thing is telling me to scroll down, and I'm trying to keep up with questions. Question: what am I looking forward to in 2021? Um, Hopefully having a successful business or nonprofit, whichever one I can actually get started here in the next couple months. As you all know, I am working tirelessly nonstop. I've literally been staying at this desk for anywhere between 16 and 20 hours a day. And I can feel it actually starting to take a toll on my body from sitting here for so long and literally only taking a maybe 5-minute break other than eating dinner. And in some cases, I am literally sitting in this spot eating my dinner as well, just like I will be tonight. Um, I'm hoping that 2021 will actually have a lot of upsides compared to 2020. Granted, with the whole situation we're all in right now, I would still consider this, for the most part, a good year for me. Even though this whole pandemic has kind of hindered a lot of different aspects for me, it has actually had a lot of upsides as well. Um, Among those would be connecting with Pat Flynn and the Quarantine. Shout out to the bros and the sisters out there who have been supporting me the past 10 months nonstop and have been offering advice and everything to help me move forward with getting things going for 2021. It opened up the ability for me to be able to attend the People of Video conference in 2020 virtually, and hopefully in 2021 I will be able to go in person, providing that all this travel bans and everything else are put to an end. I have thankfully been able to connect with Karma Cashflow, and I am one of his beta course members. So I am learning a lot of business from him as well as Pat Flynn. I was in Lita in August, and one of our Lita family was actually my sponsor for the last 3 months to be able to join the coaching course. Thank you, Manny, for that again, because I know you occasionally pop in here. Deeply appreciated. This year has actually helped me quite a bit with connecting with more of our blind and visually impaired community as well. And I can only see our community growing and connecting even more into the new year and on. How old am I? I am 35. Just had my birthday a month and a week ago. So 5 weeks. 5 weeks ago was my 35th birthday. Hell yeah, man. Ninja Turtles rocked. Back in the 80s and 90s, freaking them were like the number one cartoon series. They were awesome. Now, I will admit that the last couple movies that have come out for TMNT, I have not watched. I've seen the commercials for them, and I did not like the costumes that they did for the turtles, and it was dark as hell for a lot of the scenes that I did manage to see, so I didn't like that aspect. And just a couple months ago, they actually had a live stream with the original cast members who played the voices and did the animatronics and everything else for them. And there is going to be a reboot of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with the original cast and crew, so that should be freaking awesome. I am actually looking forward to that. Favorite Ninja Turtle? Well, of course, I'm sure you could probably already guess who my favorite is, and that's Raphael because he's the hard ass. That my favorite color is red, so yeah. Yeah, me neither, Danny. From what I've seen on the new ones, they stepped away a lot from the original storyline. It's different actors, different costumes for them. I think the original characters for the Turtles back in the 90s should have been the same kind of setup for the new ones instead of the stupid shit they got now. I think they looked more realistic in everything back in the 90s compared to the newest ones. Batman versus Tammy? No idea what you're talking about on that one. Hey, Bing Bong, thanks for joining us, and thank you as well. Hope you're having a good turkey day. Mikey's awesome too. You know, Mikey's that wonderful freaking hilarious one. Always got the jokes and stuff like that. So those two were always my favorite. My most favorite is Raph, just because he's the hard ass. But Mikey was also my favorite because of being the jokester. Because I was the class clown when I was in school. Batman versus Tammy. I'm gonna have to check into that one because I don't know nothing about that one. Divided by Sight. Um. So, who wants to hear an announcement? Because Lauren already kind of made me get on to the first announcement earlier already. But I do have a couple. First announcement is starting today until midnight on Monday. You can actually go to my Teespring store and get merch for 10% off. If you place an order on Teespring at the Consult Blind Guy store and use the code CYBER10, you will get 10% off from now until Monday at midnight. And for those of you who have been here the last few weeks and hearing me rant about Social Security and all of the hectic chaos that they have been causing me, you will be happy to know that as of today, I got my letter stating that I no longer have to worry about them taking money away from me for Medicare. The caseworker I had been talking to forward my information to the other caseworker that was on the original paperwork, excuse me, and received the letter stating that I no longer have to worry about it. I also received a letter from Social Security themselves stating that in a couple days when we get our disability checks that I do not have to worry about my income being taken away from me. It's already been set that they will be giving me my full payment. Thank God. Okay, I missed your last question. Let me scroll up here. Okay. If I could meet anyone from history who is not living, who would that be? I would have to say my grandfather. I would love to be able to go back to the 1700s and be able to sit with my great 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 grandfather and listen to our traditional stories and stories about his life and his journey. And for those of you who may not know that are here for the first time, I'm a seventh generation Pontiac. My great 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 grandfather is Chief Pontiac, and he is the whole reason that the American Revolution was capable of happening among a lot of the other chiefs, but Grandpa Pontiac was actually the leading cause for the American settlers to gain the gumption to go against the Redcoats and declare their independence. They were already here, but they did not want to have the war. And then, after the 7 years of war that my grandfather did from 1762 up until his assassination in 1769, the American settlers didn't do so much against the crown. After 1769, up until 1775, the settlers finally decided that if the natives could take on the redcoats in the war and be able to push the British back, that they could, and hence we had the revolution. And some people might not actually realize, but back in the day, the crown actually did give this country to us, and it is documented, but it's not put into history books for some reason. Even though we were originally here, the royal family overseas decided that they were gonna give us this land anyway. But you know, how do you give land to people that already were here to begin with? And then, two, how are you going to give it to them when you can't even control your own citizens who ran here and escaped the crown in the first place? And then, how are you going to make the settlers follow by that anyway? So there's my little educational bit for today, because that, I know, is a subject some people just don't want to hear or talk about, especially for today. Because that's why I said Turkey Day and not Thanksgiving. Because to us natives, Thanksgiving is a part of our culture, and it is every day, not just today. And then I also had been speaking with a other music producer. So, for those of you who are in my music feedback team, you will be happy to hear that my music will be up for sale very soon, probably next week. I am trying to get everything situated to be able to list online on the new website to be able to sell my music. Currently, the only way to get it is digitally, unless you request a CD, which I will have to burn and label all myself until I actually find a distributor who I want to deal with, because there's a lot of them out there and they all have their own little stipulations. And I don't feel like dealing with all kinds of hassle right now this week to find a distributor, nor do I want to rush going to somebody either, because of the different royalty payments and everything else that has to go into the distribution contract. Not to mention that if you go through those companies, they pay you every 9 months rather than every month. So I'm trying to find the one that is going to have the best offer for the amount of music I have already completed and the music I'm currently working on and everything else. Some people go to CD Baby, some of them go to DistroKid, and all the other different companies out there, and they all have their pluses and minuses, and I'm trying to get the best deal out of all of them. And that is one thing that I am trying to get done as well this weekend for Monday, is to have something set up for an early release of some of my music. Ken Burke, I do all kinds of music. I literally listen to every kind out there. I actually have a ginormous record collection, and my oldest album that I have is from 1898. So I listen to everything. Now, for music productions that I make myself, it country, modern and classic, EDM, techno, rock, pop, everything pretty much on there as well. I've got a love for music. It it does awesome whether you're in a good mood or in a bad mood. You can always find music to fit that mood. That is for sure. And feel free to drop any questions you have into the chat. I am more than happy to answer just about anything except for bank information, social security number, and all that kind of stuff. And while you're doing that real quick, I would like to remind you to remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can stay updated on the latest videos, live streams, and more. As well as don't forget to smash that like button, because it will also help you stay updated on the latest from this channel, because YouTube is constantly updating their algorithm. If you do not engage with the channel, you're not likely to get all your notifications. It would be greatly appreciated. And for those of you who are new or have not already joined us, it would be awesome to see you over on Facebook within our community. called Consult a Blind Guy Hangout Group, which will actually probably be going through a name change here soon because I want to name it something besides the Hangout Group. I'm thinking of changing it to the Consulting Crew Group because that is all of you here in the community. I think it would be better fitting to have it named after you all that are viewers and subscribers because I am doing this all for you. It is not for me. I'm here to help out and serve our community in as many ways as I possibly can. Yep, every kind, Danny. I love music. I've actually shocked some people because I will even listen to foreign music that I can't even understand a word that they're saying because it just sounds good. Favorite dessert? Pumpkin pie. Go figure. Um, Instead of birthday cake, I usually have a pumpkin pie because it is my favorite. Back before I had my oral surgery, on the other hand, um, I love so much different types of junk food. It's unbelievable. I love chocolate. I love Reese's. I love ice cream. Uh, one thing I haven't had in a long time that I'm actually hoping to possibly get the next time we go to the store is some sherbet. I haven't had sherbet in forever. It seems like. What kind of sherbet do you guys like? Do you like orange sherbet? What is it? Cherry sherbet? What do you even like sherbet? Or how about Superman ice cream? Them is some good things right there. It brings me back to the childhood days. I'm just saying. Because, as some of you can already tell and I've already seen, I'm just a big kid at heart. Sherbet is not an old person dessert. You ladies and your damn spinach dip, that is an old person's dessert. I'm just saying. Calling me old. I know I feel old some days, but come on, really? Sherbet is not an old person's dessert. That's a kid's dessert. There, we used to eat that stuff in school. Did you ever have sherbet when you were in school? And then when you got your sherbet in school, did you ever take like your chocolate milk and pour a little bit onto it and mix it all up and then eat it that way too? I did. I don't know if I'd really want to do that now, but I remember doing that when I was a kid. Yes, it is. Depends on who you're talking to, because I know all kinds of people that eat dip for snacks. You know, you take that dip and eat it with chips and crackers, don't you? That's a snack. Just saying. I bet even Danny will agree with that one. Oh, you're teasing Kim. Yeah, that's just. Oh, no, I wish I was down there because I would definitely eat a piece of that. That is for sure. Yeah, dessert, snack, same diff. Well, I don't suppose you guys can hear all that banging in the background by chance, can you? Or I should say booms. Just based on those tones, that don't sound like no fireworks to me. Sounds more like a goddamn gunfight. Yeah, that ain't no damn firework, that's for sure. That sounds like a couple rifles and a handgun. That's not cool. That means I'll probably be hearing fucking sirens in a minute. Speaking of sirens, so how many times did you hear sirens today, Lauren? I think fire department went by here twice earlier today, and that's all I've heard. Now I just heard all them wonderful pops and stuff going on now. And if it was what it sounded like, well, then there's probably going to be some sirens going again in a minute. Yeah. Around here, it's very, very common to hear shootouts and stuff like that, which is ridiculous. People been losing their minds more and more the last few months with all this crap going on. That is one reason why a couple months ago you heard my scanner in the background because I forgot it was on because I'm I'm just so used to having it to listen to hear what's going on around me so I know what I need to be doing. Because though I may not be in the fire department no more, and though I'm not an EMT no more, and though I'm not in Marine Corps no more, I'm still always on the alert and prepared to react if I have to. And hearing stuff like that just puts me on a higher alert. We've actually had a police chase that went around here uh, about a year and a half ago now, and they at least 20 freaking cop cars chasing them, and they went around this entire neighborhood at least 3 different times before they finally crashed. Yeah, I knew what you meant. Still kind of, it's even funnier with shit's fired because, if shit's fired, you best get your ass to the bathroom and quick. So anybody got any more questions? We are approaching the top of the hour, so I want to make sure that I give you an opportunity to ask some more questions before we end out today's live stream. Yes, I do, Canberk. I definitely do. I actually got one of the Nightwish albums about a month and a half ago, roughly. Hey, Paximus, what is going on, brother? You got here just in the nick of time because I will be ending the stream here in a few minutes, but it is awesome to see you here. If you have any questions, Pax, go ahead and feel free to drop it into the live chat. We're doing an Ask Me Anything day. Usually on Thursdays, it would be the Why Do You Do What You Do series, but it being the holiday, I did not want to bug anybody to take time away from their families today and join me, and I figured it would just be easier to do an Ask Me Anything for today, make a couple of special announcements, which again, if you would like to check out my merch store on Teespring, there is currently a 10% discount up until midnight on Monday. If you go to teespring.com/stores/consultblind in fact, I will drop that link into the chat just a second here for you. That way it's easier for you to find. Yep, there goes another shot. Gotta love people that are stupid. Just saying. Just saying. What projects am I working on? Well, I've got the website up and I've got 15 pages done so far. I'm still working on getting more improvements done to it. I'm working on some PDFs for helping out the community. Helping out the community. I'm going to be doing a music release. There's that link with the code for 10% off for you. I've also got it linked within my website itself in the merch store. There's over 290 products currently available, and I have a lot more in the works. Awesome. Thank you, Pax. Greatly appreciated. There will be a giveaway coming up soon. I don't have the link currently in the description, but I will be putting it in there after today's stream because I completely forgot about putting it in there. But I am actually doing a giveaway as well for a free copy of the book Hunted, which is actually written and published by Divided by Sight, as well as her sister, Nicole the Blind Mage. And the copy is a proof copy and autographed as well. And it's close to 400 pages long. I'm actually grabbing the link for that right now as well for the sign up. And I'll drop that into the chat too. Written. Sorry. Blind guy trying to type. And published by there we go. There we go. Well, of course, you like to give away. It's your book. And thank you again for doing that as well, Lauren, for sending me a copy as well as signing the books for me to be able to give one away as well. It is greatly appreciated. I did actually get another item that I will be giving away later on. It's not gonna be right away, but check those out right there. Custom printed playing cards in a hard case. These will be the next giveaway item. So be sure to subscribe so you can stay updated on the next giveaway. With it being the holidays, I figured it would be a nice thing to do to share with our community and give back for everybody being here and supporting me, would be to have a couple gifts to be able to give out for the holidays. And that's just the beginning. You have to be a subscriber to know what else I have up my sleeve as well. I've got a lot of things I'm actually working on and planning to be doing over the next few months. So you have to stick around in the future to be able to see what's going on and have opportunities to get a giveaway of one type or another, because there will be more besides the current one I'm doing right now for this book right here. That's one reason I have it sitting there, so that way everybody can see exactly what they'll be getting. Thank you. I'm trying, Brother Paximus, I'm trying. I don't want to be like a lot of those out there that I have seen that do their giveaways, and it's just always money, and in some cases I've seen a few people do giveaways and not really actually give anything away. They just try getting subscribers from it, and I'm not trying to gain extra subscribers from the giveaways, but it is a way for me to get a few more if you choose to, but it is a way for me to give back to our community for supporting me in this journey on this channel and everything I have been doing. If you have not done so already, it would be awesome to see you over on Facebook in our community group. It's currently Consult a Blind Guy Hangout group, but I am actually discussing with our community members about changing it over to the consulting crew, because that is the name I have given everybody here in the streams and in the community. And these giveaways are a way for me to give back to our community members, both visually impaired as well as the sighted. All right, it is 5 minutes after the top of the hour, so going to do one last quick call for any last minute questions that you might have for me before we end today's stream. I'm going to drop the link in once more for the discount on the Teespring. as well as drop this one in here one more time as well. Awesome. The Kindle book version is up to date now. Also, awesome. I'm not seeing any more questions. So, thank you all again for joining me today. It is greatly appreciated for you to be joining me on this wonderful Turkey Day. I hope that you all stay safe and warm and enjoy your holiday, whether you're at home or out with your family. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can stay updated on the latest videos, live streams, and more. Don't forget to smash that like button. It will help you stay updated as well. It also helps the algorithm to be able to get it out to other viewers here on YouTube. If you have any questions on any of the previous videos, ways to make money, common questions for the blind and visually impaired, anything at all, feel free to email me. You've got a couple different options now. You can reach me at andrew@consultablindguy.com, or you can email me at consult.ablindguy@gmail.com. You don't have to worry about anything that you say getting shared anywhere. Your privacy is of my highest priority. I will not share anything without your prior permission. If you have suggestions, comments, feedback on videos, anything like that, I am open to suggestions and input. Thank you, Canberg. Hope you have a good evening and a good Thanksgiving as well. Thanks, Pax. Hope you have a good evening too, brother. And I will probably see you tomorrow over on Pat's stream. Hopefully, we'll be doing some good fun stuff. Usually, it's never a dull moment with Pat. I hope everybody has a good evening. Stay safe, stay warm, and I will see you again on Monday afternoon at our usual time of 3 p.m. Eastern. Have a good night, and peace out until the next time. Thanks again for joining me.